guys, it's Lillian here. I'm here with Tribe 3 Productions, and I am here with...
DeEtte, how are you?
I am well. How are you?
Oh, it's a beautiful day today. It really is.
So tell me about you. What is your specialty?
I am a psychic medium and a medical intuitive, and I'm also with Tribe 3 Productions. So it's it's fun here today.
Yes. So I always like to ask this. So what made you feel like you had a calling for the psychic realm, I guess you could say?
Okay, well, with my life, as any medium or psychic is going to tell you, we've been doing this our whole life. And it's a very long story, and we're kind of got short time here. So we're just going to give it a lot going on in my life. And it wasn't until, my early 40s where I decided I was going to run away. So I quit my nursing job. I moved to the top of Wisconsin. And literally a lot of this just started to evolve to where I couldn't ignore it anymore. And that's when I started the journey into this and came back and then quit my job.
So medical intuitive, do you, this is kind of a new term for me now. Is this something that the person gives you kind of their symptoms and they're not getting the answers they need from a doctor. And so they're like, I need something, more holistic, more.
That's exactly what happens. And I actually have doctors that are clients of mine. So they come, and it is where they can't find it out. They've done labs, they've done testing. It's not in their head. So basically we sit down and I open up, per se, my body becomes a canvas for that. And I start to feel in myself what is going on with them. And then I'm able to tell them the symptoms, the pain, just kind of reiterate back to them, is this what it is? And as soon as we get all of that taken care of, then I open up to see what a possible pathway is to getting them healthy again.
Okay, so when you identify the areas of pain or do you also identify like if there's an emotional cause? Because sometimes it's not always physical, right?
Oh, very much so. And a lot of times it is. It could even be past life. And a lot of people don't believe in past lives, but I've actually taken people back to, like, a gentleman. I was reading him, and also my hip started hurting really bad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you have this hip pain, and feels like it's been there since birth. He goes, it has. And I said, but you have an affinity for Gettysburg. And that whole time he goes, I do. And I said, we have to go back there and get your leg. And he was like, why? And I said, well, you died there. The leg was shot off. Okay. And sure enough, he went back, and from what I understand, the pain's gone now. So it was going back to a past life.
Okay, that is very interesting. That's a different, I feel like this is a different level of psychic and mediumship that, a lot of people's problems are health these days, and who knows what kind of baggage is causing that.
Exactly. And that's just it. In a world these days where we have so much going on and there's so much global interaction and people feeling that, I do believe it does start to cause some physical and psychological things. We're also in a society that we don't necessarily talk about those things, so we hold on to it, and it does cause issues.
Now, do you have are you writing or doing like a book or podcasts or?
I do have a podcast every Monday morning, and it's on the Edge Network, and I've been handing out the magazine because even though I collaborate with Tribe 3 and the blogging, I also collaborate and partner with the Edge magazine, at which they created a network for me to host my podcast.
Now, in your podcast, do people is the primary thing is where people call in with their issues and kind of seeking a reading or intuitive response?
The exact opposite.
Oh.
It's the exact opposite.
Okay.
I do go live and do Facebook Live and do readings like that, but in my podcast, I call it Enlightenment with Words from Spirit. So each week I start a topic and we just go on a roll. It's all about really being conscious, or consciousness, and opening your mind and kind of taking off the blinders so that you can see more of the world as a whole. Okay. And bring it through that for a lot of people. And then, at the very end, I do a 5-card draw, or what I call 5-card stud reading,
okay.
Where I actually, in that portion, I highlight people's tarot or oracle decks. So they send me their decks. I open them on camera. I do the first time read with them, never seen the cards before, and then just kind of showcase people.
Okay. Now, how do you, I was speaking to your colleague, how do you shut off from too much energy? Like say at an event like this where there's obviously tons of people, lots of people with their issues beaming from them. How do you keep that at a minimum from overwhelming you?
I just don't. I go to a lot of events, so it's been when I first started doing events, it would be too much, and I'd want to crawl into a hole. And now it's just don't. I just
Okay,
go, nope, this is all shut down
So it's
until
a
the person's
conscious
front of
thing
me.
of,
Yep.
okay.
And when
Okay.
the person sits down, we open up.
Gotcha. So where can the audience find out more of what's upcoming for you?
They can go to my Facebook page, which is DeEtte Ranae. I also have DeEtte.us. My website is DeEtte.us. It's a lot of us, but the us is, all about myself, my spirit, my guides, your loved ones' guides, everything coming together into a reading. So that's that place, or they can always go to Tribe 3, the blog page, and they can see the blog there, which honestly is a lot what I do with my own show.
Okay.
So
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for speaking with us today, DeEtte.
you have a great night, and thank you.
Thank you.